really don't even feel like it was a mistake because I still was able to get value out of it. So fight. What's up, guys? That's not how it goes. What's up, guys? It's Jasmine, but my subscribers call me Jazz. And I took my GRE for the second time, and I didn't study again. Don't ask me why. I'll talk about why at the end, but I'm just gonna get to what you want to see in the beginning. That way people who are just stopping by can see what they want to see and go. You should still subscribe though. Just saying. So I went and I took my GRE on Friday, and I just got my score back on Saturday. If you don't know already, I already took the GRE in February, and I have a video all about that. So click on that if you want to see what happened. I'm gonna give y'all some time to go ahead and click on that. And okay. So for the people who didn't fall for it and who are still here, here's what happened the first time. First time, I just took it. I didn't study. I just took it so that I could apply to grad school, and I wanted to see like how I would do the first time around. And so I had planned to take it again this summer after studying, which didn't happen, and then, you know, get a better score, blah blah blah, right? This time around, this is what my scores were. So as you can see, they're pretty much the same. Actually though, my verbal score went up considerably, like how do I say this? What are words? It went up a lot as far as my percentile. My goal was to get in the 150s anyways. So the verbal one, I think what happened was I actually completed more of the questions. Like the first time I took it, I didn't finish when it came to some of the sections, but this time around I made sure I finished all the questions in the verbal, and I think that might have been what boosted my score. And then in the math one, I did the same, which is not surprising. The first two math sections, I didn't feel like they were that hard. Like I was able to finish. There was 3 questions in the math section that I didn't finish. And then I got to the last math section, the third math section, and I didn't know anything. I was like, oh, like my confidence like crashed, because I was like, oh, I'm doing a lot better this time. No, they got me in the last section, and I guessed in like pretty much the entire last math section. And it's not content that you don't know, it's just content that you haven't done in forever, so you don't remember. And remember, I didn't study, so I got what I got, and I deserved what I got because I didn't study, right? And my writing score was the same, and that's kind of weird to me because like this time around I didn't even finish my essays. Both my essays I didn't even finish, but I feel like when I was reading in the GRE prep book, it was talking about the importance of actually like, it gave you kind of a list of things that they grade you by. And so I kind of kept those things in mind, and I really tried to focus on addressing what they asked, like just only what they asked. And even though I didn't finish, I still got a 3.5. So imagine if I would have finished my essays, I probably could have got like a 4. So that's something. I don't regret that I didn't study. I was honestly gonna just not take it at all. I was gonna cancel my scores, but that's an expensive exam. So I was like, let me just take it, and then I can take an average of my performances from the first 2 to get an idea of how I would typically do without studying, so I can set a goal for myself on what to do next time. And so I made, what I did when I got home was I went through my GRE study book. I flipped through the different topics that they were teaching, and I took note of, okay, I remember these questions I was clueless on. So I made a list, and I'll put it up in the screen. I made a list of like all the topics that I really need to like brush up on for the next time around. And that helped me so much. So even if it's your first time, I recommend that if you didn't study before the GRE, you just kind of took it to see how you would do. And if you decide to purchase a preparatory like handbook or something, go through right when you get home and look for the questions that you remember not knowing how to do and write them down. Like write down the name of that category of problems And so now I feel like I'm more confident of like what I'm going to study the next time around. So getting into the whole why I didn't study thing, I talk about on this channel a lot my personal experience with like talking to my therapist, and something I deal with is depression and anxiety. And something she helped me realize is that I already knew this, but I'm very perfectionistic. So I have something set up in my mind, like a goal set up in my mind and a plan set up in my mind on how I want to do something. I usually, whenever it comes time for me to do it and it doesn't look the way I thought it was going to look, I kind of like get frustrated with myself, and then I put pressure on myself to do it the way it's supposed to be, to like make it perfect. And because of that pressure, I just kind of shut down and I don't do anything. And so with my GRE, I planned it ahead, and I basically had like from like mid-May to July to study for this exam. But I also had some foundation courses that I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to finish writing this project that I'm working on. So I had all these different goals that I wanted to do, and I was just struggling to manage them all and putting pressure on myself and getting frustrated with myself because I wasn't doing it exactly the way I had planned it, and not being flexible with myself on how I was going to get things done. And so I just shut down, and I feel like that's something that I want to share that with you, just to kind of encourage you, anyone who's dealing with this. When you have a goal set in your mind on how you're going to do something, one of the best ways that you can help yourself get it done is to kind of have different plans to get it done by. It doesn't have to be done that one way that you imagined it. Set up different plans for yourself. Okay, I'm having trouble focusing today, so this is the approach I'm going to take. Or today, my handwriting looks really ugly and it's making me not want to do this, so I'm going to type my notes today instead. Like, just find different ways to help you get it done. Be more flexible with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself like I was. My goal now is to actually study before I plan the exam, because one of my triggers when it comes to anxiety that I've kind of noticed when talking to my therapist is having deadlines. Having deadlines makes my anxiety skyrocket, because it's like, okay, I gotta do this. I like put the pressure on myself immediately, and I don't know why I do it. It's just like, it makes me shut down for some reason. And I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure out ways around it, but I feel like the best thing for me would be for me to study first, then schedule my GRE. That way I'm more confident and more prepared. And so now that pressure of I have a deadline is kind of gone, so I don't have that trigger that's going to make me shut down. So yeah, that was my experience with the GRE, taking it the second time without studying. And it was really beneficial as far as it being like an opportunity for you to be self-aware. I don't recommend taking it without studying the second time around, because it's an expensive exam. I had the money to pay for it, but my mom was willing to pay for it for me because she wants me to keep my savings in my savings. She's amazing. But for anybody who doesn't have money to just constantly be, I don't have it either, but like, value your money and study for your exam. I'm posting this so that you can like learn from my mistake or kind of take something from my experience. And so I hope this video kind of encourages you. If you're about to take your exam and you want me to pray for you, I've had people talk about their exams and that, pray for me. So I've done that. Like, I'm more than willing to like try to send good prayers on your behalf. I really don't even feel like it was a mistake, because I still was able to get value out of it. So I will be posting more videos about like my grad school journey and like looking for jobs and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, feel free to subscribe. I'll also be talking about like just stuff in general, like growing up, like body image, working, finding friends, losing friends, dating, stuff like that. So if that's stuff that you're interested in and you're tired of all the like glamorous YouTube stuff, like the lifestyle glamour and all that, and you just kind of want something that you can relate to, I'm definitely the channel for you. Man or woman, you know, we're all inclusive over here, non-binary, whatever you identify as, I am here for you. So subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, share this with somebody who might be taking the GRE soon, and I'll see you guys in my next video.